Well, thank you, Jesus. Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Hey, y'all. Hey, y'all. Hey, y'all. Welcome to Millennial Mondays. I am here. You're here with your host, Jesse, LilJessye, Jesse Online, whatever you want to call me today. Listen, tragedies are technical difficulty place all kind of diseases. When I'm trying to do my introduction, we having tragedies. Give it up for my brother Josh today. Everybody in the chat.
What's up,
Josh, can you
everyone? How are
hear?
you? Happy Monday.
Hallelujah. Thank you,
I can.
Jesus.
Can you hear me?
For I can hear you just fine. Can you hear me? If you can hear me in the chat, make sure you put a one down there
I think you have a
because
slight
everybody
delay,
should
Jesse.
is giving delay.
Yeah.
You got wired headphones.
No, it's not me. It's you. It's not me. It's you.
I don't think it's a delay in this. I think the delay in the spirit is in Louisiana. It's not in Michigan.
I wouldn't be surprised.
It is delayed.
There we go.
Um. Okay. Can you? Okay. You can hear me better now.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Okay.
short
It
spirit.
might. It might. It's giving Louisiana. All right. So it's going to be given Josh versus Jesse, Jesse versus Josh, because our other co host, Miss Courtney Phillips, was on the sick and shut-in list today. So, prayers for her. Y'all make sure y'all
Courtney,
always
you are
pray for
deeply missed.
deeply missed.
Always
So
miss
the
Courtney.
bishop said there's no delay. Good evening, Marco, the Bushes, General Davis, Jack. Hey everybody, thank you for watching Millennial Mondays. Here we're on CPT time. We're supposed to be here, I think, at 9, whatever time I come up with. I'm late. Look, Mondays are Mondays. This is the worst day I could have picked, but there's no other M's in the alphabet for the days of the week. So Josh, how was your weekend before we get started with the show? See, that's that. See, it ain't me. It's never me. It's always Jesus over here. What happened?
That's you, bruh.
It's always Jesus going on over here. We
That's,
we
that's you, man.
we hey Jack. We
I'm
that
hooked to the Starlink. I'm hooked to the satellite. That's
see
on you.
that's
Hey, Sean.
That's the problem. Hey, Sean, that's the problem. You all up in the stars when you need to be down here on earth. You all up there with Jesus now. But you were saying your weekend, how was it? How was it?
It was good. Spent time with the kids on Saturday. Had a long day. Sunday stormed badly. Got some work did, some creativity, and today was a little long, but overall pretty good.
Well,
How was yours?
my weekend was relaxing. I'm on spring break this week, so I'm pretty much, the little free time that I do have, I'll probably be recording content and stuff like that. Some stuff I wanted to really touch on and talk about. So, but make sure y'all hit like, share, and subscribe. Yeah, but it's still cold up here in Michigan. It was snowing today. So, and then yesterday it was
Bro,
60.
it
Yeah,
was freezing today, dude. The wind was blowing so hard today.
so hard.
It was my babies had a big coat on today. Like it was
Mm,
that cold.
Yep,
And I had the heat
yesterday.
on in my house on is a meat freezer.
Yeah, I had on my big coat today. Yesterday I had a hoodie on, and then by the end of the week it'll be back to 60. So Michigan is like, ugh, I hate our weather so much. Anytime you live near a body of water, it's always bad, but here is just
Yeah.
like the absolute worst. So y'all continue to pray
You
for
see
us.
what
What
I'm
we going
wearing?
through up here.
It's, and this it's spring.
Hey, Rob. All right. And so Josh has um sent me in a group chat a story last week talking about Gen Z. So I know some of y'all got Gen Z kids like Jack, and I told her the other day, don't let your baby go over there to that war that they got going. But so this article and pretty much is talking about it says Gen Z guys, are you okay? And so basically the article, I'm just gonna read a couple paragraphs off of here. So it says 31% of Gen Z men agree that a wife should always obey her husband. 21% of those same guys believe that a real woman should never initiate sex. This shows a trend that's consistent across the study when compared with older generations, even with boomers who whose anti-woke opinions young make them young leftists favorite punching bag. Younger generations are returning to more traditional beliefs about women's roles. There's a lot to unpack here. First up, the return. Give me 1 second because I want to have our screen on there. Okay. um there's a lot to unpack here. First up, this return seems to be more predicated on roles and relationships as opposed to at work. In fact, people of all genders seem to think things would be better with more female leaders, and men find women with jobs more attractive than those without. However, things become problematic when work enters home. When asked whether it's an issue if a woman earns more than her husband, Gen Z is the only generation where more men than women find this concerning. Surprisingly, boomer men are the chillest. Maybe now that they've retired, they don't mind their spouse being the breadwinner for a few more years. Or maybe just living with a woman for 4 or 5 decades makes you feel considerably different about them from how the 20 somethings reared on social media algorithms do. So
Cut
that's
off
a
about
lot
a
to
30
say.
seconds then, Jess.
Hey, and Brock and Nicole. Hey, everybody. Um, so I just read a little bit about the article about Gen Z's attitudes towards women, specifically women that are not bums and they go out and they're not trying to be traditional wives or whatnot. Um, Josh, what's your take on that article that we just read?
Before I give my take, let me fix this internet.
I swear you are. It is not me. Josh gonna say to the end of the world that it is me. It is me. It is me. It is me. And it's not. It's giving. Pay your Wi-Fi bill.
All right, so apparently it's me. So apparently, I just fixed it. Apparently it's me. I thought it was you the whole time. There we go. All right. I was on the, I don't know.
See
Um,
your whole picture. Your face. You came in with an abundance of joy and peace.
all right.
And you over there thinking talking about it's me. I knew it wasn't me. I know my Wi-Fi be tripping sometimes, but come on now.
um, I sent this article. I was gonna joke about it and have some fun with it, but I'm not. If you are a mother or father to a Gen Z and or millennial son, there is a virus going around called red pill content.
Amen.
Um, in every lie, there could be some truth. But just because there might be a parcel, a modicum of truth, doesn't mean that the content or the statement is innocuous. It's not. And apparently, our Gen Z men been swayed heavily by red pill content to the point where they're not only conservative in their views values of family and marriage. They're conservative, and at that age, they aren't for the most part astute on hearing something and not digesting it, or at least comparing it to something else. And so they find these personalities and they find these influencers who speak to their pain or speak to their displeasure with women. No matter what they say, it's always going to be gospel. So have these conversations with your son, have these conversations with your daughter, because this article really scared me. I did not expect this. And as someone who is very um, conservative when it comes to the household,
Hmm.
my conservatism is based on the stability of the family, as man and wife are both equal. For some reason, we have conformed that to the man is the dictator and the woman is is a servant or a
Hmm.
slave.
Yeah.
And this is given that. A woman can initiate sex. Woman can't, oh, a real woman is obedient. Like those words out of context are dangerous and harmful. So I wanted to bring this up to have this conversation with you parents. Monitor what the kids are watching and ask them questions
And
and
not
review with them.
and not just the kids, because Gen Z, a lot of times we think that Gen Z is still in high school. Gen Z, was only 2 or 3 years younger than me.
Yeah. Yeah. These are post college graduates for the
Yeah,
most part.
yeah, they're in the workplace now.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so you got to monitor, even if it's a millennial, even though we're a little bit more advanced in the game, and we tend to lean a little bit more liberal just by the way we grew up and things. We're not as impressionable, I feel, at this stage in the game. But it's still good to have conversations with your millennial kids, have conversations with your parents. You got to have conversation with, and we all have to have conversations, because the lack of us, or us avoiding conversations over the last 5, 10, 15 years, has led to a lot of what's going on now. A lot of people have been fed a lot of malice content, a lot of bull crap, a lot of ideologies that's based in white patriarchy. And so we definitely got to start having conversations.
I,
Um, oh, go ahead.
I hate that term white patriarchy. That really could, because what's your excuse for Africans that have the same views,
They
or
have
Asians that have
they
the
have
same
white
views?
patriarchy.
No, no,
They
no,
love it.
Jesse, no. These folks have not been touched by
Yes, they
whiteness.
have.
Jesse, go to now. Now, to be fair, Asians consider things differently. But on most religious cultures, whether it be Islam, whether it be Judaism, or whether it be Christianity, it's not a white thing. It's simply a misinterpretation of the Bible and the role of the man. And then also too, what you're saying inadvertently is black men are so weak that our only papa and daddy, an example, was white men. No, 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 I'm not buying that. And so thus I hate that.
Okay, and see, that's where you messed up, Josh, because that's not what I'm saying. That's how you
You
interpret it.
said white
But
patriarchy.
that's not what I said at all. I'm saying that black, not black people, but people just in general, and there's some black people out there that they're so caught up in the white structure that that they think that's all that it is to life, and it's not. Matter
I
of
knew
fact,
former
a lot of the
slaves.
problems that we have within the black community, just our everyday interactions, is because we're fighting against what's naturally in us, which is love and peace and harmony and cohabitation and living amongst each other. We're fighting that because we're trying to live up to their system. It has nothing to
What
do with a black man being weak. Let's be very clear there.
what do you tell? A, how do you tell someone
Cause I went to
who?
school.
I know you're very brilliant. That's why I'm talking to you. How do you, what do you tell someone that is the ancestor, I'm sorry, the descendant of a slave, and all they saw is the black structure? Like I'm not seeing this. As a matter of fact, look at our families now. Look at our families back then. Like this, not like patriarchy. It was patriarchy. It was a lot of it was oppression, especially towards our women. But the structure, the ideologies, the beliefs were totally different in my experience, at least,
See, when I
compared to
took,
my
I,
counterpart.
I took, I went, I done been to like five different schools, y'all, because I'll be like, I just do a little bit of school at a time, and then I'll get lazy or whatever, and then I'll be like, look, I'm done. And then I'll go back a couple years later. This is like the longest I ever stayed in school and actually stayed the course. But I
You're
took
almost
a,
done.
yeah, I'm almost done. So thank God, I only got four more classes left. But anyways, I had took a,
Right, St.
um,
James.
hey St. James, hey Mark, everybody that joined in, CC. Um, I had took a European, or was it British? I think it was a British history class at U of M Flint back in
Hmm.
2015. And during that class, they explained, like, it went over colonialism, right? The whole colonial push in Africa, or just, the whole world or whatnot. But it was, a lot of it was focused on Africa, between Christopher Columbus and now, pretty much. So, matter of fact, it was the British Empire. That's what it was about. So I remember distinctively, it was the only thing I remember from that class, really, when he talked about how it was um when the Europeans first went onto the mainland of Africa. I'm not just talking about picking up, slaves or nothing like that. I'm talking about when they were actually trying to turn over the land so they can extract all the resources and things. They were talking about how passive the black man was in comparison to the white man. A lot of that bullying and all that crap and being all nasty and barbaric, that comes from them. That's not in our DNA. All that gang related mess,
Have you
that's
heard of
not
the
in our
Moors?
DNA.
Have you heard of the Moors? Have you talk?
But the Moors had some sort of, it wasn't destructive and it wasn't barbaric. Okay,
Hey, hey,
protecting
ask the
yourself
Italian.
is one thing.
Hey, ask the Italian men how they felt. The Italian women got dealt with. That's the what that destructive or not. Ask them.
So is you a white patriarch? Is that what you like? Because
You
it
know, you want me to
sounds,
say
it's
yes?
fibbing.
You want me to say yes? You want me to
Yeah,
say yes?
it
Which one
sounds.
is it?
Yeah, I knew it. We all
I'm
knew
to
it. We
say,
all knew it. We all knew it.
fifth generation Morehouse.
We know.
Very,
We know.
very
We
proud to be
know.
black.
We know.
Oh boy.
We know. We know. That's why you love Wooden so much. That's why you love him so much. So we're not
Chad, back,
surprised.
Chad, back to what I was
We the people
saying.
not surprised.
Talk to your sons, Chad, all right, please. Please make sure they are falling down this hellhole of red pill and of viewing women as less than. Okay, please do.
Yeah, because I was watching. I was before we move on. I was at the barber shop. I only go to a barber with it's just him in there. I'm not listening to all y'all bull crap that straight men be on. Like, I'm not doing that.
Come in there. It's
No,
deliverance. Come on in there. Come on
ain't
in
no
there.
damn deliverance. The deliverance
We're,
gonna be my
we're
hand
going
up beside
we're going
somebody here. Because the last
we're
time
going
I
to
went, because you
get that
you know
about you.
y'all it ain't them niggas started talking about tops and bottoms and all of this and that, and I'm like,
At a barbershop?
at a barber shop. They started, well, they was like, I don't mind my daughter being gay, but if my son gay, I'd be like, long as you ain't taking it. I'm like, what? What are y'all talking about up in here? Y'all done got this damn vulgar and nasty. Ooh. But anyways,
Oh, the walk down, man.
my barber is only one in there. That's it, and ain't nobody else. So I don't know what kind of conversations he had when I leave, but when I'm there, he know, because I like to set it off. So, anyways, he had it on one of
All right,
those.
Nicole.
He had exactly, Nicole. So, he had one of them podcasts on, and well, basically the guy was like reacting, and really the guy was a big goofy, he was everything that the woman said. It was a black woman. She was very articulate, very knowledgeable about different things. She might not have been 100%. I wouldn't necessarily agree with everything she said, but for the most part, I could listen to that a little bit more. He just kept stopping every time he was just sitting there lying half the time about half the stuff that he was talking about. And I'm like, half of this damn the rhetoric that's being pushed, this red pill content that's being pushed, is being pushed by white patriarchy, is being pushed by um this system that we have currently in control of the government right now. It's being pushed by whatever power is at play, the sea caves of the world. This is why you got to make sure that you talk to your kids so they don't be up here listening to this CK content. Now, we knew who CK was.
A CK again?
Kirk.
Gotcha. Okay. Gotcha. Okay.
We knew who he was. But a lot of the people that were Gen X and baby boomers, they didn't know who that man was because we're not having the conversations. And a lot of our parents and stuff, a lot of Gen X, a lot of the boomers, they don't even know nothing about YouTube. They still watching BET. You know what I'm saying? So you have to talk, and you need to be, and I'm glad, we have people in this chat that, are a little bit more up to date with stuff, but talk to your friends, tell them like, girl, you better get on this YouTube stuff. Oh, I ain't trying to figure that stuff out. You better, if you want to be alive, keep up with
I
the
don't want.
time.
Once again, I don't want to. I don't want to reduce accountability for the black man too in this idea. This is not, in my opinion, patriarchy of any race. This is just simply ignorance with a sprinkle of truth on top. Because a lot of these men have been hurt by women. Well, a lot of these men are. I
Whoop-de
don't want to.
goddamn do,
I don't
nigga.
want to say. I don't want to say they're threatened, but I will say they are uncomfortable with the power shift and what they thought they would receive. Listen, we are evolving as a people, and you have to understand that. And for survival, you have to evolve also.
Mm-hmm.
And evolution is not always good or always bad, but it's
Mm-hmm.
necessary. And the woman that you want, some of these men want, is not conducive to our community at all. We need all
Mm-hmm.
hands on deck. We need all people smart who are reading, who are contributing.
Mm-hmm.
And another thing too, why do you want that kind of woman? Like, who wants a dumb log? Who wants a person that can't give you pushback? And so I question their insecurities. I question them. And what happens is they get online and spew this mess to our developing minds as if it's normal or as if it's things should go back. And God forbid the person is charismatic. They're done. They
Mm-hmm.
become bigger platforms.
Yeah. So, um, let's
What's wrong,
okay.
Nicole?
But speaking of people that get on my last nerve, let's go here really quickly. So, just one moment. Mm. Y'all make sure y'all hit like, share, and subscribe in the chat for me. That helps us stay in the algorithm. If you just coming over, make
And
sure that
also
you.
to it,
Hmm.
at the end, I'm going to start off. I want to support Jesse's platform financially. He has been amazing to all of our platforms and allowing us to be on his. So please consider at the end that we bless him financially if you don't mind.
Oh, you so nice, Josh. And make sure y'all go over to Josh's channel and hit the subscribe button. I know a lot of y'all already are, but if this is your first time viewing, make sure you go over there and tap in with him. His information will be in the description. So, okay, let's get into it. Your fave.
Whatever the
Here you go.
latest thing is. I said, when you get in that latest stuff, that's how you get in trouble. You start accepting heresy. Start accepting heresy. There's something going on now where the saints are mad now at the preacher. The people are mad because the boycott is over. And it didn't end the way they thought. They don't trust what's being said. And then the people start hypocriting. You don't speak for me. Who are you? Now, why are you going to sit there and tell that lie? He did speak for you. Matter of fact, he was your daddy. He did. You shared the stuff. You agreed with the stuff. You put your likes on with the stuff. You went along with the stuff. Now, when it seemed like, I said seem, I don't know, when it seemed like you might be getting had and you ain't going to get none of the $2 billion, all of a sudden now, yeah, don't speak for me. One but one preacher who spoke up publicly and said that the person didn't speak for him, and that was this preacher sitting here talking to you. Now, I'm not saying privately, but I'm talking about publicly. Oh, Lord. See, when you're not
Jesse
carried about,
biggest
you're consistent.
I bet he is.
You're consistent. And you know what people expect of a consistent preacher? Consistency. Telling the truth.
Don't ever say anything such blasphemous.
I mean, this you're obsessed with this man. I bet.
No,
I have a picture of CL in my closet on my office closet. I bet you have a picture of Bishop Wooden on your closet also. I believe it. Ugh.
would you like to get cussed out now or later? Because it's been coming.
Uh,
Josh, how tall are you? You what, 6'1"?
6'3", big dog.
Yeah, I'm 5'7". But I'm gonna be like that Chihuahua on that St. James video when he was down there at that workers meeting. You keep on.
With the tutu on too?
They never get scared with the tutu on.
So here's my problem with Bishop Wooden. Number one, I'm still, what did he say wrong? And Nicole, no, I mean, Mark, I don't think he does. But what kills me is he always go too far. Only a few people I've heard say he doesn't represent me as far as this current backlash that Dr. Bryant is getting. But he acting as if the whole movement is covered in this rebellion against Jamal Bryant. It's not true. And I think that he and his, I'm seeing a video with his son-in-law, Chuku. They are so in the business of self-promotion that they blow up so things that are so small or superfluous, they blow them up to make themselves look good. And that's where he loses me. He speaks a lot of truth, but he goes too far and it ruins the whole message.
Not only does he go too far, but he also is out of touch, especially when it comes down to topics in regards to the Black collective, the Black American collective, the foundational Black collective, especially with his son-in-law John,
don't do that. No, that's rude. Don't do that. Don't do that. Chuku is his name, okay? Don't do that. That's rude.
Josh. This is I'm in PC. I'm not politically correct. I don't do none of that. I don't know what you thought this was. Now, if you can go around calling the Sister Girl Committee the Sister Girl Tribe of America, I'm gonna mess up a name or two. And that's it. I mean, and it's across the board. It's not just for, it's not just for the niggas that's conservative. If you a transgender and you get out of line, you gonna be every Dante and Michael in the sun. Like, I don't play that. I don't, get nasty and I'll get nasty back with you. Let's be very clear here. I don't have no respect of name. So, but let's see here. But John definitely influences him. John is big in Magaland. You know that? Yeah, because if y'all go look up,
I don't think that he's as big as he comes on. I think he's trying to fit. It's screen. He wants to fit in and get that prominent. But I don't see him getting that support like some other Blacks have.
Well, honestly, it was the bait and switch for me. those few no names that did get the, like this guy here in Detroit that's the pastor somewhere on the west side, that was down there during the inauguration, during the prayer and doing all that shucking and jiving like he was damn James
Yeah,
Brown,
yeah,
about to foam
yeah.
at the mouth. You know,
Oh,
he
you
made
know
me.
what?
I
Oh,
still
so,
want to
so,
go over there to his
bruh.
damn church and drag
Even
him
the
up out.
president was like, "What are you doing?" Even the
It,
president was like, "What are you doing?"
I'm gonna shuck and jive. Um, but a lot of them they only got the bait and switch, for that first year, and then after that, like you just like Jaguar Wright was all down there and stuff. And now she over here on the hotline talking about some. I need to go fund me. We might have to talk about that. But Jaguar Wright, the jazz singer, she out here doing GoFundMe. So that was a bait and switch. But he wants the support of them or whatever. Or he has done some big room events that I was just utterly turned off by. But Wooden is so, how you say it? Is it Wooden or Wooden? Because I be
Wooden.
missing his Wooden.
Yeah.
Um he is so out of touch, and it's like you don't have to talk about none of this. We don't need to hear your opinion on none of this. Actually, this has nothing to do with your main job is preaching Jesus to people and how to get a better spiritual walk. I know you think you're calling out hypocrisy, but you get it. This is this
But is
literally
he
the,
though? Is he? Or I used to think that, but now it's more. I see more self promotion. It's always going back to I'm the one
well,
speaking
yeah.
out. I'm the only one doing. No, bro. No, you're not.
Yeah,
No, you're
but
not.
he tries to do it under the guise of I'm um I'm doing this for your sake, calling out hypocrisy and all of this and that, and that's the true um the true reason why he does these long speeches every week is for self promotion, and it shows every week. And then when you open up these comment sections on Joy 105, shout out to Joy 105 for bringing the
Yeah.
news to the
Yeah.
people. But when you open up the comment section, it's a whole bunch of white men with balding hair on there, and they ain't up to no good. That's all that's on there saying, parading him on. Meanwhile, we're dealing with 7.7 unemployment rate in the black community. You're not talking about that at all. Matter of fact, you just sat up there and you called Jamal Bryant's wife a $2 whore less than 3 months ago. You didn't even
If I could ask,
apologize for that. You,
if
matter
I
of
could
fact,
ask
you
him,
doubled down. Go ahead, Josh. My bad.
no, you're fine. I could ask him one question. I want to ask him, where's all of this vigor in your chest for the president and his MAGA sycophants and those on the Epstein list and this illegal war in Iran and those American citizens being tortured and spat upon by our government in Minnesota?
In our
Not a
military.
word on Chuku's podcast. Not a word from Upper Room Pulpit. But you got all the heat, all the breath for us.
Yes. Yes.
That's where he loses me because, bro, you are a fraud. If you're gonna speak truth, speak truth. There's a white guy that I follow in the same area who calls it all out, and
Is it
that's
that
why I
older
say,
white guy that had
yeah,
went
yeah,
viral? I saw
yeah,
that. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Uh-huh.
They're in the same area, and at least he would go against the president or go against certain people. Wooden would never. And even when he was pushed to speak about the Epstein files, he still finagled his way out of it and never really said nothing.
Even when it was about that whole the banana monkey thing,
Yeah,
he
yeah. I
he
hope it was a joke. It's a joke. I think it. No, no, you didn't, dude. And you know what? That's that traditional. And I'm not gonna call Uncle Tom, but that's that traditional get along
Uncle
to get along.
Tom.
That's that. That's that traditional. We all had that uncle that saw no wrong with that side of the community. No wrong. It was always us.
Yeah.
No matter what they did, it was always us.
It's the
And
spirit of
he's giving
the
you that uncle.
the slave, what was the black one that would be the overseer or whatever. It's giving that same energy. It's like
Yeah.
you only got a problem when it's us, and it's not just us. You can't talk about the black community without years of oppression. I know we get tired of hearing it and everything. Even I get tired of bringing up that excuse, but it's there and it has not been dealt with. So that's you said that I'm bringing up Wooden all the time. That's why, because I love the black church and stuff like this, makes people angry and gives people the validation that they're looking for when they say, "Oh, that all they do is up there, they grab money and they don't care about people and this, that, and the third." That gives people validation when he comes out here in the wrong spirit, in the wrong vein, and he better hope to God that God don't be coming down here like he did during Sodom and Gomorrah, and he get retribution too for putting up with that stuff. Because when I sat down and I thought about it today, I put it on threads. I was like, a lot of that stuff that was in them Epstein files, that's the modern day Sodom and Gomorrah. God is not happy.
And it's so today for some reason. I was thinking about them kids today. I was listening to Maverick City more than
Oh,
able. I know, and for
put
some
on some
reason,
Hezekiah Walker. Jesus.
and for some reason, my mind went to the kids of Louisiana that I really am. I want to run to invest my life into because they are our future. I know it's trite, but it really is. And I thought about those kids that are mistreated in that way that we would never know about,
Hmm.
and how many people are in on this. Them Epstein files should scare you.
Listen, when I read one page, when I tell you that that scared me so bad and put me in such a bad place, I said, "Oh no, I can't do no more of this. I could never read another page of that." And I was just like, wow, people really are sitting here avoiding this. Not and it's not just wooden, but it's just, everybody's just acting so carefree about it. I got one more witness for you when because I'm on call this episode tonight is I'm tired of black Gen X and black baby boomers gaslighting we the people. I'm tired of y'all. Y'all gonna have to cut this mess out. Hold on. Hold on. Why is it still? Hold on. Is the screen frozen?
Yeah, your side is.
It's
I
giving
can hear you
frozen
clearly, but it's
screen.
frozen though.
Hold on. Hold on. Y'all make sure y'all keep hitting like, share, and subscribe. Everybody. My side. Yeah, I could tell. Okay. 1 second, you all.
All right, take your
I'm gonna
time,
have
man.
to go out and then come back in. Let me see. Restream.
I believe you're right,
Mm-mm-mm.
Nicole.
Well,
I do believe
y'all
you're right.
make sure
I
y'all
tried to.
hit me up on Instagram at LilJessye LAL.
We need more love from the pulpit. I'm tired of people using the pulpit to talk down to people instead of uplifting them with the word of God, lashing out their personal vendettas. That's been an issue since the last 100 years. Because why people who do that hasn't really have no other outlet. They really are only people, only somebody in the church. And when you give people who are insecure, people who are bitter, people who are unforgiving, people who are petty, a mic, especially one as great as a church or as great as a organization in the church, they're going to do that. They're going to take advantage of that temporary power they have. But that's a good comment, Katrina. Am I still alive? Could you put a one if I'm still alive, please? I think Katrina said so. Wooden and Overseer Apostle Jennings are two different kind of preachers. They both. I think you, Jacqueline. They both have the same or have the same attributes of quote unquote nastiness, but I think they're different. And I do think that they are both on two sides of the spectrum. Wooden is more political, more cultural, where Jennings is more dogmatic in his religious view. So I do think it's a little different. Wooden is insecure. People that often do self promotion, suffer insecurities. Hey, I think he's something, and I think it's more self-serving and cynical, but it's something there. And I personally, as a man who loves preachers, I personally love Wooden's preaching as far as his style, as far as how studied he is, how he breaks down the text. He's an amazing preacher to me. But the issue is, like I keep saying it, he goes too far. I can sit up here and give you the best sermon or the best topic point. Then I end it with, Jesse's ugly. Bro, all you gonna remember is that last
You
part.
wanted to say that anyway.
and and it ruined the whole thing. So we have to realize, especially when you are in front of people, I'm learning this, you have to pace your words to your audience. The way I speak to my corporate colleagues is not the same way I can speak to my family. How I speak to my family, my homeboys, is not the same way I can speak to, let's say, the chat. So it's about knowing your audience, if you will. And I don't think Bishop Wooden has really learned, like Jesse said, the plight and the grievances of the current black culture nationwide, not just in North Carolina, nationwide.
Yeah.
Get back,
Uh,
Jesse.
okay. Um, I'm getting rid of this restream immediately because it just pissed me off for the last time. Um, let's see. Because I wanted to share another. Hold on. I know, Josh, you gotta get to your the things and your things. So, wow, it's really not letting me share the other screen. Wow, what is?
Is it freezing up on you?
It won't allow me to. It will not allow me to go to the other. Um, because okay, so I had to switch from because usually I'm on Google Chrome or whatnot. And so I had to switch over to Safari, and then when I get to Safari, it's saying that I cannot. Okay, maybe that's what it was. Okay, hold on. But yeah, when I went to Safari, it's saying that I can't share my screen. So, hmm. I just wanted to talk about T. Renee. I do not want to end this right now. Well, let's talk about really quick. Because that was my. I have two more things that I wanted to talk about. Um, so down there in South Carolina, you had Representative, I believe, James Clyburn. He's 85 years old, right? And he just announced that he will be seeking re-election for the 2026 midterms. Josh, I know that you said a few times that it is time for.
If you say no, we said you fraud.
Josh said,
We Jesse and Josh said. Let's put it that way, please. We said.
no, we definitely had the same sentiment. So we definitely said that, it's time for the baby boomer generation. Well, technically, he would be the silent generation. Um, it's time for them to move on
Hey, Miss
and
Candace, how are you?
have several seats. Hey, Candace, this is so ghetto. Okay, there you go.
What part, Mark? Come on, boy. A little bit tired.
Oh, see, and this is what we be
Mark,
talking about.
Mark, I
This,
swear, Mark, I promise you, that was going to be my first point. At least, now I said he should retire, but I have thought about this the last week. at least he's still in good health. Which we cannot say. And once again, my issue is not with Mr. Clyburn per se himself. It's his generation and it's his colleagues, this his coalition that seems to not want to relinquish power. But at least this one right here is in good health. He's still sharp and he still has connections and he still has power on the hill. But I do want him to give that power and mentor someone else. It's time.
I'm not gonna sit here and mince my words with you, Mark. You're full of it. You're full of it, my baby. Um,
What is, what part of the statement right here is not true? He's in good health. He's sharp and able-bodied. He's at institutional knowledge, understanding, and wisdom. And
and he
Jim
needs to
Clyburn
move. He
single
needs to move.
Jim Clyburn is the reason why Joseph R. Biden
He
became
needs to
president.
move, and that's why. And Joseph Biden is the reason why we lost 2024.
Let's move
I'm
on.
gonna tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God. It's time for him to move on. It's time for him to
You're right.
sit down.
We
It's
agree.
time.
We agree.
We're not going to do the he's in good health. He's sharp as a tack. No, I have a grandfather that's 85 years old. They're the same exact age.
Is
Matter
he
of fact,
sharp?
his name is Big Jesse. So of course he's sharp. I'm named after him. I'm LilJessye. That's where the LilJessye
That
come
man
from.
probably spitting up in the seat somewhere.
He
Yes,
still
of
got
course he's sharp.
holes after him. He still got the holes after him. My granddaddy a good looking man. Even at 85, head full of hair. At
In
85
Detroit?
years old. Sagging nasty.
Oh yeah, I know. I know he old player. I know he old player.
My granddad is 85 years old. Now, even Big Jesse, and matter of fact, Jesse Jackson, they all was the same age. Big Jesse would have even been like, oh man, you need to take your old ass somewhere and go sit down somewhere. That's what Big Jesse would have said. Go sit your ass down somewhere. It's time for you. And that speaks to his this is a failure of his legacy, matter of fact. Because
Who?
if you
Mr. Clyburns?
Mr. Clyburn,
Okay.
because if you weren't able to get someone that was a millennial, a Gen X by this point, and really he should have been going out of office about 10 years ago, if we're
I
being
agree.
totally honest.
I agree.
But
I
if
agree.
you weren't able to cultivate your lineage or your successor, that speaks to your legacy. I don't care what you've done, where you've been, how good you speak. If you and we would say the same thing about pastors that's 85 years old. You need to sit down somewhere. Matter of fact, pastoring is probably a easier job than running it back and forth to Washington D.C. having to get on planes every week. Don't you think
Um,
having to deal with the stresses of politics are probably equal to each other jobs, right?
you're right.
Yeah.
Solomon talks about King Solomon about Ecclesiastes about how a man works 50 years building a legacy, building a empire, only for his son to come behind, or the proverbial son, his successor, to come behind him, and in 5 years is gone. And he questioned, "Why work hard then?" And that always stuck with me because when you lose that in 5 years, I don't only fault the person who wasted the spoils. I fault the one who left the spoils. Why weren't there better boundaries in place? Why didn't you vet your next? Now, and I understand stuff happens, but I'm saying those who live out their legacy, who get to watch their legacy and retire from it. It's important that you have a successor who understands the vision and move forward. I heard Dr. Ralph West say, the next pastor who gets his church have more pressure than me because he's getting a 15,000 member church. And you must build. I love Sumter. We have um, uh, a robot DC in Sumter. Um, you get to build further. But we see most times people come behind and waste the spoils. Now, Mr. Clyburn, if you go back to the generation of the civil rights era, a lot of those heroes didn't know when to relinquish power. And Mr. Clyburn is part
He
of that generation.
And he is. He's a part of that. He's Jesse Jackson's age. And Jesse Jackson,
Yeah, yeah.
if all of your friends are in the ground, Don't you think it's time to let it go?
Hey, and I think
He doesn't have
now I've
any
never
allies anymore, really. If you think about it, go ahead,
he
Josh. My
don't.
bad.
No, you're fine. I never really said this publicly, and then until I met you, we discussed it together. But I'm encouraged to see a lot of backlash to this story from Gen Xers and younger. But okay, so Mark, okay, so Mark, what you mean to tell me is there's no one in South Carolina, and I follow South Carolina politics. I'm a huge Nikki Haley fan. I love Miss Clyburn, so I'm a fan on both sides of the aisle in South Carolina. There's no one
I'm gonna be
to replace
messy.
him.
Nah, okay. At one of my old jobs,
Good night, Chad.
I used to work at a call center, and we had a like a another call center in Greenville, South Carolina. And when I tell you, them babies was slow up in there and ghetto.
Hey,
Oh,
hey, get him off you,
ghetto.
Mark. Get him off you, Mark. Mark,
I was like,
he,
Greenville, what you got
Mark,
going?
Mark, get him off you, Mark.
I know we was ghetto up in Saginaw, but come
Don't
on
sit here,
now.
Mark. He from Flint, Mark.
They
Don't
ain't
sit
want a
here
word
and let
Saginaw.
Saginaw and Flint get you, bro. All right, get him off you, Mark.
I said, what's going on down there? What is y'all reading? Y'all reading
Mark,
to the children?
he doing y'all Mark bad, bro. Say something, Mark. Get
I
this champ.
believe the children are
Mark,
future.
coming to America, Mark. Really, bro? You gonna let that happen? You gonna let Randy Washington happen, bro?
I said, what's going on over here in Greenville? But no, I'm sure, I'm sure that there's plenty of educated, black, even, um, gifted people down there that would be happy to take over the leadership. And then, and then that also speaks to our generation, Josh. I gotta keep it G. We a bunch of wussies.
Oh,
Cause well,
boy,
we a bunch of wussies.
boy.
Cause like I would have easily jumped up and been like, okay, well we just gonna do it off in the primaries. I don't care who you got going with, whatever you do, I'm gonna show you that. And sometimes it takes stuff like that to show people like you ain't. I mean, look down there in Texas with
That's my example.
With Al Green.
Yep, that was my
He
example.
got
Yep,
turned out. They got to
yep.
go to a runoff or what
The
happened?
last three cycles, we've seen it happen. We've seen people say, "No, enough of y'all." Okay, ain't gonna support me. The people will. We'll have grassroots, and for the most part, we're seeing more success than we have been seeing the prior 20 years.
And then a lot of people, we don't take that into consideration. Okay, yes, he's had great health care because he's been on, been working for the government for the last X amount of decades.
But come on, he a black man in the South, bro. 85 years. That's impressive. You know how many Hog Malls he done ate? Them is
Listen,
fat
that's
black
the
that man arteries.
that's the people that
How
ate
much sweet tea's
that
kidneys had a filter?
y'all sit there and I like that kind of carrying on, Josh. Thank you for bringing that up. Y'all sit there and y'all demonize the soul food all the time. Y'all, ooh, I'm not eating all that sodium and all of that. Okay, baby,
Who was y'all?
that's what they be sending up to the internet age. I can't stand millennials. Um, See, y'all be thinking when I be trying to go in on Gen X, no, I go in on everybody. This is equal opportunity ass whooping over here. I can't stand millennials. They always, I can't stand eating soul food with all that sodium and all of that fat back and all that carrying. No, I don't eat pork no more. I done gave my life over to the Muslim man. I don't get down with all of that. Okay, because guess what? A lot of them ancestors ate off them chitlins, ate off that hog maw, ate up off that fat bite. They ate up off of all. Don't start all that Q mess. Don't start all
No,
that.
no, guy walk by,
Anyways,
boy. Bump you. Do walk by.
but they ate off all that stuff and they lived them for 100 years. Ate beans and all of that. They didn't have all that. They don't drink all that pop. See, that's where all that stuff, all that mess come from. Is you over consuming sugar and carbs and all of that. So yeah, a lot of these older black men they outliving their damn kids and grandkids because they eat healthier than y'all. And I'm like, y'all, if y'all sit up there, y'all always demonizing soul food, but you'll go run your tail up there to Chipotle. It's the same thing.
Bruh, at least soul food is seasonings, is grease, all these
It's
chemicals
seasoning.
and
You getting your sodium from the seasoning, not just a bunch of bland whatever.
modified food
Yes,
products,
food
or
product.
food stuff. It was called food stuff in corporate America,
Yeah, slop. That's what it is.
pretty much.
So, but back to Clyburn. it's he's of course he's had great health care, so of course he's healthy and sharp and
Mitch
all of
McConnell
that.
had good health care too, and he froze like he saw that man off
Well, when you
at the
do
Crossroad
evil, that's
video.
what happened. That's what happened. When you do evil, that's what
Hey
happened to
Jesse,
you. When you
you
do
remember that video,
evil,
Jesse?
when you
You
do evil,
remember that video at the Crossroads by both us in harmony? Baby at the cross, that thing, that boy, bitch froze. He saw that. Like
what
he's
would you? What? Wait a minute, because I don't really remember that video. I've seen it once or twice. What was your mama down there letting you? I thought you said you was after.
boy.
He is a scam artist. He is
I,
a scam artist. Telling everybody he's been scamming us, and he was apostolic. He's never gonna listen.
listen,
He never listened to
this was
Wild
back when
Gospel
MTV.
1998.
This was back when YouTube, when Yahoo music videos was on. I just find I was so enamored with the '90s rap and R&B.
See, that's what happened to me too. When LimeWire was out,
Boy,
I see because everybody be like, "Oh, you know all these old songs and all of this and that. You know some of everything." Yeah, because I sat down and took the time to do it because we couldn't do it when between the ages of 1 and 11. So
I
when
just stole so much music. I just stole LimeWire didn't want it. You hear me?
listen, I had
LimeWire
all
didn't
of them.
want it.
I had all of them. But yeah, back to Clyburn. It's like you're healthy and all of that. But all of your constituents that really supported you and got you on there, a lot of them people gone. A
Yeah,
lot of the silent generation, baby boomers are starting to get up out of here. It's even some of Gen X starting to get up out of here. You gotta pass the mantle. If you wanna and he better hope and pray that the Republicans don't get up there and take it over.
I don't. I'm not more concerned about his health. I'm concerned about his ideological health. You are, and whether it's by intent or by just by happenstance, you are not ideologically in step with the majority of the future of this country. That's all I care about.
Now, that's a good point because that's what I was going to bring up before my system got to acting a fool because I guess the Holy Ghost must have had passed the Renee Glenn under the Holy Ghost, whatever, because I was about to gag her. I was about to gag her, but the Holy Ghost had its way today with my technology. So praise the Lord. But I was gonna bring up that point. I'm tired of Gen X, the boomers, everybody gaslighting us about this economy that's going on right now. Oh, it's not that bad. Oh, y'all need to quit. I saw this was just a white person that was like Gen X, whatever. I see everybody's complaining about inflation and this, that, and the third, but everybody's still drinking Starbucks. Whole time, in reality, Starbucks is closing stores because sales are down. We're not going to, I haven't been to Starbucks in probably a year. That has
Let
nothing
me
to do with it.
let me give you economic pulse. I went to churches yesterday, and
Chicken.
yeah, I wanted some chicken, church chicken. They have a big box now for $5. Do you know how expensive chicken has been the last 5 6 years? That means things are so slow and so bad they have to cut prices in order to keep customers coming. Like two pieces of chicken, two sides, and a biscuit and a drink for $5. But this ain't 2017. Like things are getting bad out here.
Yes.
And sometimes when you see too many deals, that means the companies are losing money or are making money. So don't get happy.
Because the last time we saw, well, they definitely not doing nothing like that around here. Everything's still high to the sky. Um, Matter of fact, they said when the tariffs was going on first started, they said we were the most affected, Michigan and Cleveland. Um, but yeah, no, it's definitely not a good time when you start seeing deals like that. The last time we had deals like that was literally '09, when you can buy one get one and get another one for $1.
And you had the money for the free one. Hey, I had to refresh my comments. I want to address Miss Mystery, Miss Bourbon and Bubblegum. I live in the South. I'm from the South. I'm from Georgia. I live in the deep South now. I didn't talk about the South, did I? That was Jesse.
Uh, No,
Oh,
she probably
and
didn't. She didn't
and,
understand
and
that what you
bubblegum.
were saying.
Oh, hey, put it up there, Jesse. Put it back up there. Put it back up there. Because you proven Jesse point about y'all South Carolina people. Here it's spelled Here. Okay, so
Okay, don't
you
be done. See it,
you
see it, see
you
it, and see
proven.
it, and
Oh
see it, and
no, I'm
see
tired
it.
of this
You see
chat.
it.
Talk
That's why
about
the
me.
people, yeah,
It is what it is now. I'm
and
tired of
hey,
all
Cat,
y'all.
hey, you don't be coming over here trying to bully my people.
Hey, Catherine, how you doing,
That's why
baby?
you got
No,
two people
I'm
over there
tired of
at
all
your church.
y'all. Keep
I'm
on coming
leaving
for
too.
me.
I'm leaving church, so I was your deacon,
I'm
but
be
I
the
left.
biggest bully on YouTube.
It's another one on here. I'm not gonna say no names.
What to begin with? The reason why Jess nigga the leadership is because now, ooh,
You said what?
Y'all never see
Which
what's said about
comment
me.
have to? I gotta highlight. You know, you a good punching
Y'all
bag,
never.
Josh. You know, everybody wanna.
I know. I'm never. I'm punched back. All right, I'm gonna get me a hammer and start swinging back. I love Al Green. How old is Al Green? Do you know?
He probably in his I think he in his 70s or maybe 75. I would predict just based off of.
And he's that old?
Hold on, yeah, he did it
All
all.
the talent in Texas, all the talent in Texas that that he promote.
He's 78.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry, but come on, Jesse. That's
he's
too
too old.
old,
And
bro.
you know what? But I would go up for him. You know, it's a difference between 78 and 85 because once you get past 75,
They're the same.
that decline
They're both
it
sharp.
goes like once you get past 80, that decline goes somewhere else. And but yeah, no, it's entirely too old. There maybe we need to make a legislation that after 75 you can't run no more.
They won't do it. Mark SC is up and coming. I believe it. My company is making major investments, and another company I know is about to build half of their infrastructure in South Carolina. So yeah. So yeah. Hold on, y'all mad at me? But Jesse done call y'all all y'all dumb down there, and ain't nothing to him. See right there. See right there. Right there.
Yeah, and see that's why and then
Right that.
Birmingham came up here and told
Right there.
you are. No, I don't no, he wasn't even
It's a joke, bubble gum.
he didn't
It's a joke, baby.
he didn't say see that's why people don't be going in on me that because I be like no I'll go in to a certain degree but I ain't getting all down nasty talking about your
You literally
typos.
said, what's that got going on now? You smart in Greenville? You
I'm
literally
talking
said
about
that.
that. I didn't
Literally
say the
said.
South. I said that specific city.
You said Greenville. Hey, where Greenville at?
I think Greenville up in
It
the
ain't
mountains.
77 or 85. Yeah, you're right. I think you're right. 80 to 85. I think you're right. I love Charleston. Oh, I love Charleston. I love Huger, Charleston area. I love that
I ain't been
area.
to the Carolinas yet. I gotta go. I think I'm gonna.
Bruh, dude. Jesse, you love black everything, bruh. Charleston is a more New Orleans is heterogeneous, it's mixture. Charleston gives you New Orleans, but black version of New Orleans. Like just the historical blackness of New Orleans.
I, what I was gonna say. Oh, I got family ties in South Carolina, so I need to get there. Cause my grandmother, my maternal grandmother, her people come from Eastern Georgia, like Royston, Louisville, Lawrenceville and stuff like that. But they also got ties up in South Carolina too. So I'm like, I just want to go over there to see what it's about. Cause I'm like, the only other part of my family I know about is Mississippi, and I'm like, I done been there more times than I can count. So I need to get out there to the Carolinas for sure.
Carolinas is nice, bro. You got mountains, you got the shores, you got Fort Sumter, like the beach area. I love Myrtle Beach, so it's literally it's the Magnolia South. You got mountains and you got the beach, so
I
it's a
want to
beautiful
go to the
place.
Gullah. I want to see them. That's where I really want to go. I want to
Beauty.
go to Gullah Island or whatever it's called.
No, Called Huger, Huger. It's just across the river from Charleston. I'm referring to.
Yeah, I want to go to. I want to see wherever the Gullah, cause that's really how my grandmother and all of her people kind of talk like Gullah. Like when I watched the video on the Gullah people, like
We love you,
That's
Mark.
how she was. Yeah, I try not to get all nasty and left, but sometimes it be giving. I get passionate about something, and I'll be like, really, I'm a country bumpkin myself, but if somebody act a fool, I'm gonna be like, Them people down there in Greenville, when I say that call center was so ghetto, I was like, are y'all serious? It was to the point where they had to send people from up in Saginaw down there and relocate them because they couldn't find no talent for management.
That's the in Georgia the same way. That's the issue with a lot of these small towns. The education is just not there.
Yeah.
And Macon had an issue like
Yeah.
that. It's
You could
just
tell.
it's cheap to run. It's cheap to carry, but the quality is just is a match.
Yeah. Because at least up in Saginaw, we at least, have a little remnant of something. But, woo. But listen, I think we're gonna wrap it up here tonight. Josh, thank you so much for
All
coming
right.
on. I
Oh, thank
really
you, brother.
enjoyed the live. Well, I was having technical difficulties that night because I was on my cell phone and I had the battery pack that I be using because I don't ever have my phone charged. And I think it was messing with it, so it was overheating the phone. That's why my voice was crackling on that thing. Um, but it was a really good conversation. We're gonna definitely come back and have some more of those type of lives because that was fun. But while we wrap up, Josh, any final thoughts for the evening? Hey, princess.
What'd you
Any
say?
final?
Hold on, I'm
Oh, go
sorry.
ahead.
Yeah, I'm trying to get my super chat. 1 second, please. And chat, if you don't mind, let's do this together. Jesse has been an amazing
Thank you.
an amazing content creator, and he support all of our shows. So let's support. If you don't mind, just put up your Zelle too.
Um, that's the one with the email, right? Okay,
Yeah.
because I'm like, I don't know. Yeah, okay.
Okay, Nicole. Hey, Princess. Yeah, I don't care if it's $5. Let's support this young man. I had a final thought about something. Oh, um, while you're doing that, I was watching the president's address from the Kennedy Center. He had the board. He took questions, and
Josh,
they
Josh,
asked him
before you
about.
get deep into that real quick, I just want to say something really quick. I know sometimes, we try to talk about politics and religion. We're trying to balance everything. That's why, kind of go around or whatnot. It's so hard for me to, listen to anything regarding Trump. He just vexes my spirit so much. I'm going to try to do more, as we grow with our platforms and whatnot. But it is so hard. I just want that to be said. But go ahead, Josh, and finish your final thought.
Are you
Yeah.
fine? Well, what I might ask of you in the chat it begin to get even harder.
Thank you.
I was listening to him. I was listening to him.
Thank you,
Thank you,
babe.
Jacqueline. To him, and they asked him about these Strait of moves and about whether he's going to ask China and these other countries who are getting. Why am I card declining? Oh, there we go. There we go. Whether he's going to
Oh, and thank you, Courtney, for your offering. Also, go ahead.
whether he's going to ask these other countries who get literally 95% of their oil from the Strait of Hormuz, but yet America is solely responsible for protecting it. And I thought about something. I thought about immediately the scripture, pray for your leaders.
Hmm.
I understand, and I'm not dismissive because I have my many gripes with our current regime, and I call it regime on purpose. It's hard to pray for someone who you feel don't see your humanity. But church and chat, we are so tethered to his decisions. Mr. Obama left him a note after his first term and told President Trump, then President-elect Trump, your victory is the country's victories. Your success is our success. And better or worse, he's our leader.
Hmm.
And when it comes to decisions like oil, that affects everything we do,
Mm-hmm.
whether it's travel, how we get our
Mm-hmm.
food, how we take care of our
Mm-hmm.
families. Chat, make it a habit, please, every night to pray for this man. Every night. Because he's literally holding life and death in his hand. Because just side of freedom. And that life or death could be yours. I'm not sure why I thought about that today. And I repented for not praying for him more. I repented for being so offended and so self-righteous at times that I avoided him. But he's literally the answer to a lot of our questions. Or he's the demise to a lot of our freedoms. And those of us who believe in prayer knows that God can change Nebuchadnezzar's heart. He can change Trump's heart. Did it come
The
through?
one,
My,
oh,
my, 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 my super chat?
the super chat. I didn't see it, but
Well, let me. It said approve. For some reason, the comments tonight on my end aren't real time. They're late.
hmm, I don't know. Well, I mean, I think you should be able, if you really want to, you can do it after we get off or whatnot. So, I'm not 100% sure why it's not working, because it should, because Jacqueline's work. But, okay, the last thing I'm gonna say for tonight, even though some of that I don't agree with Josh, especially about the answers, but definitely pray for him. Pray that his soul is right with God, because he doesn't have much time left. Anyway, but no, seriously, y'all, I hate when I'm on, the internet, on threads and stuff, and people be like, "Is he gone yet? I can't wait for him to be gone." Blah 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 blah. I'm like, baby, you listen. You don't want him to die in the middle of this administration, in the middle of his presidency, because I don't think people really understand the severity of a JD Vance presidency. You
Talk,
do
Jesse.
not want a more extreme, a more spineless, a more radical, a younger version of Donald J. Trump running around
Talk,
here,
Jesse.
being the president with all
Talk,
the
Jesse.
nuclear. You don't want any of that. So you better sit up there and pray that he make it till January 2020. And on that note, I want to thank you all for watching Millennial Mondays, here hosted by myself, JESSYE, featuring Josh. We will be back. Um, when is Easter? Easter's not next week, so we'll be back next week. All right, thank you so much, brother, for coming on here. I appreciate you
I,
so
I,
much.
I, I will say we're much better with Courtney, so get well
Hmm.
soon. Get back soon,
Yes,
please. We
yes.
need you.